Howdy folks, thanks for tuning in. Hope y'all are doing okay today. Just got done at work, and that's actually kind of what I wanted to talk about. So before I get into the topic of tonight, don't forget to give me a like, share, comment, subscribe if you kind of like what I've been yapping about. Hit the notification bell if you want to know when new stuff goes up. And if you want to know my opinion on anything, even if it's something I haven't spoke about before or something I'm unfamiliar with, I don't mind doing a touch of research to familiarize myself with something and learn a thing or two and then give an opinion on it. So, all that said, here we go. What I want to talk about is time off at work. So, at my job, I'm almost out of washer fluid. At my job, we get, vacation time like you do at any other job. But one of the things that is disappointing is our vacation time and personal time is use it or lose it. So one of the jobs that I worked for a couple years, you could bank it all. So you got so many personal, so many sick days, etc., etc. Well, what you didn't use all rolled over. So my mother works the same job that I used to work. It was one that was working for the schools. And several years back when Dad died, or when Dad was sick, and when Dad died, and when her house burned down, she had months of time off, of paid time off that she could take from this job in order to take care of Dad or grieve or deal with the fact that her house caught fire. So it's one of those things that was pretty handy. And if she had to deal with a doctor's appointment or whatever, she was not bashful about taking time off by any means. Well, anyway, one of the things that is slightly irritating about my job is it's use it or lose it time. So, you get the personal days and then the vacation hours and all that per year. And if you don't use it by a set date, it all gets paid out. Well, I'd rather have the time off than the extra money. So, just the way that things worked out where I work and vacation time-wise and the amount of shutdown that we had, I ended up with a little, I think it comes out to be a week and a half off. And some of it I can actually call in and not have to schedule. Well, anyway, I realized that, and I'm like, I need to go ahead and schedule that. So I scheduled essentially a month's worth of really long weekends so that I can spend with my wife and kids being a family. On Saturdays, which is the first day of my weekend, I usually end up sleeping about half of it away because I have worked the night before. Well, I'm planning on taking a mess of Fridays off, and doing that, I'll be able to get up at a decent hour on Saturday, and we'll be able to do stuff as a family. I've got a handful of ideas. I'd like to do something with my kids. I'd like to do something with my wife. We're even talking about having a grandparent or two watch the kids for a night or two, and her and I heading out of town and just going somewhere and doing something. Don't know what, something. That's something that we're talking about. And I had mentioned heading out with the kids to go do stuff out. Don't know what exactly I'd end up doing when, but going out and doing stuff. I've also even had the idea just now about taking the whole family out to do stuff over a couple weekends. So, but take the time off work, because later on in life you won't wish that you spent them extra hours in work. You'll wish you had them with your family. So that's kind of what I got. Your company typically won't appreciate you coming in and working that extra time. It doesn't matter to them whether they pay out my vacation time because it expired or they pay it out because I took off. it won't matter to them a bit. In 5 minutes or 20 years, it won't matter a bit of difference to them. So I just choose to take it off. Matter of fact, here's an interesting side story. When I worked at the car dealership, I want to get this timeline right. I had been there almost 2 years, year and a half-ish, when I met my wife. And her and I had started dating. And I ended up getting vacation time there. And we were enjoying spending time with each other, and I'd been going through a pretty rough patch, and I'm like, you know what? I need my time off. I'm going to take a vacation. I'm going to get outside my normal routine and just enjoy some time for me. And she had just started there, had no time off, so she still had to work, but like I could hang out with her, I could come over to her place early and help with the kids, whatever I wanted to do, I could do it. I was off work. But the one thing that I did, and she's like, you know what, you need this, I can tell you a little wound up, just go ahead and take the time and be good for you. And where this got really, really interesting is, at the time, I was a service writer at this dealership. And essentially, my job is to coordinate communication between mechanics and the parts department and the customer, and getting estimates together and calling extended warranties and service plan, dealing with the factory warranty on prior approvals and submissions, checking and making sure that stuff is covered under warranty, all sorts of stuff. You're on a computer and on the phone a lot. Well, I'd had this gentleman brought a car in with a messed up engine under an extended warranty. Bought it at a car lot. It started acting up. Car lot said you need to take it to your dealer, show them this paperwork, they can get it squared away. We put an engine in this thing. They had bought a remanufactured engine from a rebuilder, and that rebuilt engine was burning oil terribly. So the extended warranty has to put us in contact with the engine manufacturer, and we are dealing with them and getting this engine swapped. Well, I thought I could get this done before my vacation hit, and I couldn't. There was a delay in shipping or something. So I ended up having to go in. My wife was off work this specific day. We're just dating. I ended up having to go in for about an hour and make a couple phone calls and send some emails, get information shuffled around to different people. And my wife was not happy with me because I was working my vacation essentially, but I was in the office for about an hour just buttoning a couple things up and making sure that gentleman's engine job moved ahead and progressed. But it was a nightmare of a scenario that I'd gotten caught in, but part of it. Anyway, that's kind of what I got on this one. Just take your time off, especially if you don't get to keep it. Do something you enjoy. Relax. Read a book. That's what I got, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Catch y'all next time.